Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Man, I just love having my own swoosh. 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 Okay, all right. I know enough. Welcome to Black Dragon Biker TV. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. We have our guests in the show tonight. Let me unmute them. We have Big Bone, 1%er, and OG Weasel.
Yo, what's good, y'all?
Good to see you guys.
I would like to complain about the fact that we get muted like that. I'm a grown up.
Yeah, I think it's because we black, man. That's what it is, man. I know what it is. I see already, man.
That's what they told me. They told me
that. This is not a racist show.
Hold on. It better not be a racist show because I don't want to stay here. If it's racist, I got to go right now. I got to leave.
I know that. I tell him all the time.
See, I'm ready, man. You're going to hit this from all angles, bro.
Man, welcome to the show, man. And I as always, I have to thank you guys because you guys are so busy. Bone is always got church on Sunday and running COC meetings. And by the time I get him, he's and now he's trying to do a show of his own on Sunday. You guys got to go watch The Boneyard. It comes on an hour before me on Sunday. Where is this? Hold on, let me play this. Watch out for this is old now. I got to redo this. Watch out for Big Bone's new podcast and YouTube show, The Big Boneyard, coming soon. Well, actually, it's already here. So go over there to him on YouTube and subscribe to The Big Boneyard. And then you have a show too now, right? Weasel, OG.
Oh, I didn't know. If you're telling me, I could start one real quick.
No, that guy.
No, I know it is, man. I'm just wilded out on TikTok for a minute, having really fun. So we'll get to that point. Right now, I'm in support mode. I think a book, it's about time for a book, man. So you may,
Listen,
out.
I will publish your book for you and I will do the audio. Speaking of
you can talk about
that. I'm really excited about my first audiobook ever, and that is the Prospects Bible, which is 7 years old, the Prospects Bible, but the Prospects Bible is now on Audible. So I want you guys to go over there and get it. It is selling like crazy. And I'm very, very, very fortunate to have been able to do it. So far, we have, oh my goodness, what do we have? 9 ratings so far. Wow. And all the ratings have been 5.0. So I'm really excited about here. Let me show it to you guys.
I have a problem. I'm going to tell you about it in a minute. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hopefully not a problem with the book. Here we look at it. 9 ratings, all 5 stars, except for one person gave me a 4-star. But hey, so look, this is go over to Audible and get it. The link is in the description below. How to get this book. We'd be excited for you guys to have it. And that's my first audiobook ever. And wow, man, it's really doing well.
Right.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Let me get a little. Yeah. You missed your. I need you to be on the button a little quicker.
Yeah, I was gonna do it. I got it.
There we go.
I'm working the button.
So you said you had a problem. What's up?
Yeah. I was looking. I forget where I saw it, but I saw that I saw that the audiobook was available, and I noticed that you had different markets. Like there was a link for the UK and a link for South America and a link for everywhere, and that was really cool. And I thought to myself, who did the audio? Because if it's the UK, you should have called me because I can
No,
do that. Like
I
watch
don't
this.
know.
Watch this. It's gonna,
No,
it's gonna blow your mind.
Uh-oh.
If you'd like to become a prospect in a motorcycle club, first of all, you have to actually purchase a motorcycle. It's not the first thing you've got to do, right? It's not the first thing, yeah? Then once you get the motorcycle, you've got to learn to ride it, yeah? Like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Hey,
So, but if
That's
you
good.
don't
That's
sound
good.
like that, you're not
That's
going
good.
to like
That's good.
I'm trying to get right because I'm going to the UK in a few months, so I got to like
do that.
learn
Just
all my.
stay with your regular Yankee. Listen, man. Listen, when you go over there and you speak our stuff,
Mhm.
the women cavalcade onto a brother. They fall over like
Man, you
like
know I'm scared of girls.
like those like those what are they those building blocks? What are those things called? Dominoes? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
All right.
They just telling you. You want to go over to Australia speaking the way we speak,
Bro,
and it's going to be. I'm just telling
everywhere. An American accent is great everywhere
everywhere,
except for America.
and maybe Saudi Arabia.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Other than that, certainly not in Afghanistan or Kabul right now. But other than that, yeah.
They don't love us right now.
But that's really cool. The voice was done by me, but I do have a guy that's going to do it in German. I hope his name is Finn, one of my longtime watchers, and then I have a guy that's going to do it. Hopefully, Lubus is going to do it in Portuguese. He lives in Brazil.
1 second. I'll be right back. I'm listening.
Down in Mexico, that's going to do it. Listen, tonight's show is supposed to be interesting. I can't believe they do this in motorcycle clubs. And man, that ought to be interesting. And if you guys out there want to give us some subjects that you can't believe, you can send it to the email. I'll be checking email tonight. Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com. Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com. You can send us your I can't believe they do it in motorcycle clubs, or put it up here. We may be able to see it up here, but I'm checking email now as well, so I can see whatever suggestions you may have as we think about and talk about another one of OG Weasel's been coming up with the subject lines here lately, and he's been coming up with the best ones. So I can't believe they do this in motorcycle clubs, and I'm going to start with one that I got a couple days ago. I actually made a video about it, but I wanted to try this out on you guys, a former 1%er and a 1%er. I wanted to try this out on you guys and see what you thought about it. I had a lady send me a question. It kind of went like this. Is my VP supposed to be liking on me in the club? And you know, it seemed as though she was being pressured into a sexual relationship, as it were, as she was trying to gain entry into this club as a property or whatever. And she felt kind of creepy and crummy about it, to the point that she sent me a message. Normally, by the time I get messages, it's like a person has been through hell. And they say, well, hell, let me ask Black Dragon. So I did a whole video called Sexual Predators in the MC. I did a couple days ago. So I just thought I would put this on you guys. Is this normal behavior? Is a woman supposed to be checked out in that way before she's allowed to become a member of the club or whatever? Let me know. We'll start with you, Bone.
All right. Well, I have some strong feelings about this, but there's some questions. First of all, what she look like? No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. No, okay, okay.
Well, there goes my show.
Yeah.
Listen, don't do the hate mail, y'all. I was just playing. No, but you know what though? Um, what we say on my side of the fence is we talk about, and I know y'all heard me say it before. I talk about the 3 P's. That's pussy, power, and protection. So if you get to your club and you need your club in order to seek any one of those 3 things, you need to rethink going to that club, because the club is damn sure, if they know about it, if it's a decent club, if you got to come to them for any of those 3, they don't want you, because our ideology is we don't build those diamonds. You know what I mean? We find like-minded individuals and show them where home is. You know what I mean? But to be specific to the subject, so if you are in your club and you're the number one guy, and here's the craziness: the MC is one of the few places where that whole "I'm the boss and you got to this that," and that's one of the few places where that does not exist. Let me rephrase that. It exists, but it's not looked upon favorably. Um, so in corporate America, this stuff has been going on forever. If you're Epstein or whoever, the guy from CNN, or that stuff happens. But in the MC, you look like a clown. You
Cuomo,
look
are
like
you gonna take Chris Cuomo out? That hurts.
no. I didn't mean Cuomo. I meant the other guy. I like Chris Cuomo. He's squared away. Yeah, and his brother's all right with me too. But that's a
Yeah.
whole other subject. But different guy. But no, for real though, what I'm saying is that in the MC, if you are, I'm the prez and I gotta, and I've known cats like that, and they've always been clowns. Everybody thinks that they're a clown, and they typically, a lot of times, it's because of that clown-like behavior that typically it's the thing that assures that they're not going to be in that seat too much longer. Because if you have no discipline to the point to where you got to push up on a chick like that, and that's the games you got to play to get laid, then you're a clown and you're weak. Now, I'm saying it right now, so I'm careful about what I say, but I'm going to say it. So if that guy is listening, dude, you're a clown and you're weak. You know what I mean? If you don't have what it takes to come at this lady, or to close her, or to get her in bed, or whatever it is you're trying to do, if you can't do that on your own without putting the pressure on her, like, oh, you ain't going to be right with the club if you don't, come on now. That's some real corny stuff right there, especially on the set, because on the set, there's an expression, patch chasers. There's girls who will bend over backwards just because you got them rags on your back. And and I'm not saying, that's again, whole other subject, not trying to get into that. But the thing is, it ain't that serious. If you got to pressure some chick behind, man, you're a clown. You're a clown, and you shouldn't be doing it. So we don't embrace that ideology. We don't encourage that kind of ideology. And fortunately, most of my brothers, they got so much swag that they don't even need to think about something like that. I'm keeping it 100. It's like brother told me a long time ago, a lifer in my organization told me, he says, man, he says, when we get here, we don't have to show up. No, excuse me. He said, we don't have to show out, because when we get there, Outcast is the whole damn show. You don't got to show out. And he was right. He told me that years ago, and boy, was he right. But I'm sure that other clubs have a similar sort of experience. You know what I'm saying? I know that for a fact. I seen how some of Black Sabbath get down. They got some swag. So at what point do you swagless motherfuckers think? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you? Sorry. At what point do you gameless, swagless individuals? I said individuals figure like you got to pressure some chick to, man, that's corny and it's weak. And you disrespect your patch by doing it.
Absolutely.
But,
But you know what? First of all, I mean, females got to realize, man, y'all have a different journey coming into the set. When y'all coming into a co-ed club, you got to walk in. You almost got to expect it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be in a position to combat that, right? So before I finish the statement, I'm going to give y'all a key word, a key phrase that's going to save you over and over, right? So before we get to that, you got to realize that men are men. They men first before the patch. Sometimes that manhood side of us, that kicks in way before the patch. And no matter what you got on your back, you're still going to be a man first because it's just by nature. It's who we are. We're men. And the whole club incest thing, man. Like, listen, if you leadership or you in the club, man, you shouldn't be pushing up on your club sister, especially if she's trying to come in and do the right thing. If she's prospecting, you shouldn't be making her feel like, you're not going to be in this club until you get past me, whatever it is. And it's happening. We got some bros, man, they will halt your whole prospecting just to get what they want. Then after they get what they want, well, all right, now, we can let you go through that next phase.
Well, then they're going to tell somebody because they can't keep it to themselves. They're going to tell somebody, and then you're going to be known as the club whore, and all you trying to do is get in. So
it don't take much.
Yeah,
it don't take much. But I hate to say it, even with that in mind, man, a lot of clubs, a lot of these females, man, that have come in bike clubs, a lot of them, they went through that one, brother. They think they found the one, and they did it for the right reason. Then they realized afterwards, I was just a jump off or a challenge, and then you on brother number one and brother number two. Then it's like, it's crazy, man. But it's a phase before the patch, and you have to be smart enough as a female to realize, listen, I got to get through this phase. I got to deal with these brothers. And a lot of cats in these positions, especially at the table, they power tripping. I don't care what because a lot of people is not used to having no power. A bad leader is someone that's not used to having power. And you give them a little bit of power, then that's that dude right there. He's going to lean on you like, yo, what's up, sis, and everything else like that, and make you feel like you ain't going nowhere without me. So now you got that situation where dudes is leaning on these chicks and everything, trying to do what they got to do and making you feel like, you ain't gonna be up in this club unless we go through this motion right here. So, but I'm gonna give you the one thing to put him in his place. Any brother right now that's in a club and is trying to push up on you, I'm gonna give you the one phrase that will stop every brother trying to kick it to you. Only thing you got to say is, yo, hey, bro. When you give him the hey, bro, you have just reset him. You put him back in that corner. You let him know that you ain't, whatever your club name is, hey, bro. And you let him know, hey, bro, like you are drawing that line right there. You are making a bullet point without saying nothing. And if you keep calling him bro, he's going to realize like, oh, you know what? She's telling me where I belong, man, the situation. And you're doing it in a nice way. But it's like you need to remind him, like, listen, I'm here just like you here. We club brothers and sisters, then you're going to be, hey, bro, and all that buddy stuff. And that's my dude and all that. Listen, you got to get past that point. Then you got to know how to maintain that point. And if some of your females, if you putting yourself out there like that, obviously there's one or two reasons. Either dude is just straight up disrespectful to the patch, or you sending a signal that, you know what, like, I'm open to this. So it works both ways, but I blame it on the females because y'all drive what's going to happen. Even though dude is doing something, you can redirect.
You can't blame it on the female.
Nah, well, I'm just saying the energy. Sometimes it's energy, bro. Sometimes, you get a little comfy and y'all, doing too much together. I mean, come on, man. Come on. How many chicks
she deserved it because of the clothes she was wearing? I mean, come on.
No, that's a all right. So here's the thing. Yeah, I feel you, and I was actually going to say, I was going to call myself the devil's advocate when I say this next thing, which is considering everything that I just said a little while ago. The dude's a clown, and The dude's still a clown, but there is a culture. There's certain. Okay, let me say it like I mean it. I'm trying to be all pretty. So there's chicks that get in a certain club, co-ed clubs or all female clubs. I've literally heard the conversations where they talk about, do you know how many brothers they got up in there? Da, 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 da. I have literally met on more than one occasion some chicks that said, hey, I came here I'm DTF. That's why I'm here. And they made that perfectly clear. And look, so back in the day on the civilian side of it, you say, oh, that girl, she's she's loose, she's fast, she's in her whole phase or whatever like that. Sometimes those girls who's in that whole phase decide they like motorcycles, and they got a whole new group of resources or what do you call it? A whole new pond to
Pool.
fish out of.
Yeah, a pool, a pond, a fishing
Yeah,
pond.
they have and and I'm not saying nothing bad about those chicks. Yeah, God bless them, do your thing. You know what I mean? Because this guy's out there doing their thing too. And I'm not saying to slut shame them and all like that. I ain't saying none of that. But what I'm saying is what we have to do. I mean, like the guy that chapter president. Again, I stand on it. The dude that has to push up on a chick and put the pressure on and all like that. I don't care if she's the biggest slut in North America. If you got to put pressure on her, you ain't gonna get this until you give it up. Come on, you're still a clown. I don't care who the girl is. But by the same token, now, what OG Weasel's saying is the chicks have to be conscientious about, and it might just come down to communication. And I mean, some of that is nonverbal communication, because like on the set, there's chicks that get sexy as all get out. I mean, you're gonna see things at a clubhouse during an open house that you only see other places at Halloween time. Because like Halloween is like the new excuse for girls to dress real slutty, right? It's like everybody, it used to be like somebody would dress up like a box of cereal or something like that. Now, no, none of that. Everything's got to have cat ears and a tail and like as little clothing as possible. That's Halloween. Halloween is super, super duper sexy for adults, right? It's like, well, all the S&M people go, oh, wow, they finally caught up. It's one day a year. The girls get super sexy, right? But you go to any clubhouse, any open house, and guess what? It's a good portion of the chicks that's going to be there that's going to be half naked, and it don't mean just because she half naked she's trying to get with you. That just means that's how they get down. But I think the biggest confusion is dudes who don't know no better, who don't know about the culture or any of that kind of stuff. They see that, their mind goes crazy. I gotta have her. And they don't have, again, they got no game, they got no swag, they got no discipline. They have also, a lot of these cats don't have no experience. Goes back to the 3 Ps, and those 3 things do coincide. Pussy, power, protection. You know what I mean? Because the guy who's got to get with the club to look cool enough in order to be able to even talk to that kind of girl. Well, man, if you didn't have that when you got here, then what are you going to do with her? Even if she says, hell yeah, what are you going to do? You don't know what to do because you don't have the experience. If it's the power thing, now you don't know how to use it. You get some power. You don't know how to use it. So you're going to pressure this chick.
I couldn't find that capsule.
What is that?
I'll look.
I don't know what that was. That was a phone doing some weirdness. But you know what I'm saying, fellas.
The Google phone took over.
Oh, yeah. I must have said a special word or something.
Now you know they're listening. I keep telling y'all about these phones.
The keyword is chicken head.
That's the government.
I keep telling y'all about these phones. Y'all ain't listening to me.
I'm listening. And so are they. I'm listening, but they listening better. But yeah, but no, I feel you. OG Weasel, look, you nail on the head type stuff, man. Everybody's got to, like I say a lot of times, folks got to look at themselves and kind of figure out, okay, what if anything? And I'm not saying that girl did anything wrong. It sounds like she's in a messed up situation, but she might have to have conversation with somebody so that this dude can know, hey, look, back the hell up off and let her do her thing. If she's doing, if she's in a co-ed club or something like that, or I don't know if that's a dominant situation. I don't know what the situation is, but if she's a female trying to get her patch right, trying to do her thing, how about let her do that? If she messes up on her own, then that's her fault. But here's the problem. The problem is if she is a complete screw up because the issue is this dude's trying to smash, then if she sucks, right? Worst female prospect ever and all like that, the way the story's going to come out, yeah, she was all right, but he wouldn't let her cross, or he didn't like her because she wouldn't give it up. So that's why she's not here. She could have been the worst probate in the world. But the story is always going to be told, yeah, she was trying to get down, but he wouldn't let her. Because she wouldn't let him. You know what I mean? It messes up everything.
Look at what Gio the Great said. Monkeypox is the only thing keeping me in check because I ain't straight away since COVID came out. Man, I 100% on that. Monkeypox, man. And I want to say this just for a second about monkeypox. Hey, my African-American sisters in Atlanta, look, Monkeypox is right now being spread out as a gay disease, or so they're saying.
You
Being
can't say that in Florida.
being spread between gay men. That's where it's mostly coming from, they say. And I've heard them say this. I've heard a lot of the officials say this on CNN and other news channels I've been watching. But if the sisters in Atlanta will remember, most especially Atlanta, when HIV was taking cats out left and right, the sisters in Atlanta were affected at 100 times greater numbers than any place else in the country. And that is because in Atlanta and in the South, gay relations between black men is not something that's talked about openly in black society. So you have a lot of down low brothers that have a woman at home and a wife or whatever, so that they look straight because they can't come out with their true lifestyle. So if you have any reason to believe that your mate, I'm just saying to my sisters in Atlanta, our population of sisters are going to suffer most greatly from a so-called gay disease. It's going to really tear up the African American sisters if it hasn't already. So, ladies, Geo the Great brings out a great point for sisters here in Atlanta and down in the South. I just thought I would say that. I was going to make a TikTok about that, but I was afraid it might get pulled. I'm not trying to be mean to anybody or say something negative. I'm not down on anybody's lifestyle. I'm just saying, sisters, especially here in Atlanta, you remember how HIV, and I remember when HIV was a death sentence, and I can remember interviewing. I had a magazine back then called Single Mom Parenting Magazine, and I remember interviewing a lot of sisters that are no longer with us today. And there is one sister here in Atlanta that has had HIV almost longer than any living human. She was raped at 14 years old, and she has had HIV for 40 some years now. So I can remember her going through. I've known her all this time. She's so beautiful that you'd be like, I'm gonna have to take a chance on this. That's how beautiful she is.
Oh, sure.
And
Cookie Johnson? Did you say Cookie Johnson?
I did not say any name, but I can remember her just going through so many ups and downs over the past 10 or 15 years that I've known her with this disease. So I just want my sisters to be very careful, especially if you have any reason to suspect that your boy ain't right.
That's what I wanted to share. So, whether you're in Atlanta or wherever, ladies, if your man is just really fashionable and very neat and loves do it yourself, like if he's a big fan of Martha Stewart and that kind of thing, you drop him like a bad habit. You drop him right now, right away.
It's a sad day.
Well, hold on now, because I've been watching a little Lifetime late. You can't just drop me for watching Lifetime, bro.
So I don't know. Maybe don't make us have to change your name, man. To like Black Fly.
Lifetime. I've been watching Lifetime. Lifetime has some good movies, except all the men are weak on that. I can't stand.
Oh, man.
They got the weakest guys.
Hey, I'm going to say something. I've been having this conversation for a while now, and this just seems apropos. So I'm just going to say it. Ooh, Lord of mercy. So I feel there's some fantastic television right now. Remember when we was kids, because everybody on here is black. Stand by 1 second. Okay, so everybody here is black, right? So when we was kids, I don't know if it was like this for you guys, but if there was a TV show with black people on it, you would call. I have a bunch of brothers and sisters. We'd all run in the house to watch that show. Or even when we lived in a all-white neighborhood, like when you lived in a black neighborhood, nobody was outside playing because we was all in the house watching Good Times or Sanford and Son or what's the other one, 227 or whatever it was. And that was kind of like a big deal, right? Flash forward, We went for a long period of time where that was just not the case. And so now there's a lot of TV, a lot of content, all these streaming channels and so forth. There's shows like P-Valley and Empire and a whole bunch of other ones that were smash hits, right? But what's the common theme about every one of those shows? Star was another one that was on Fox that was pretty good. So what I'm talking about is there is and here's the part that their head's gonna explode. I believe there's a gay agenda, a black gay agenda. And what I mean by that is like this, and follow along with me. Some of y'all ain't gonna like this, I'm telling you. But here's the thing. So there's a few things going on all at the same time. If you look over the past few years, there's been a lot of shows, really good shows, that every one of those shows, what's on Claws, there was one that was on TBS or something. Every one of these big shows has some black guy who's openly gay or involved in a gay relationship. P-Valley's got some thugged out individual who's making out with some Uncle Clifford or whatever. Good show. But they push this gay agenda. And when I say they push the agenda, I mean they're trying to normalize it. If you're gay, right? But the normalization of it, and I'm not saying hate gay folks or nothing like that, but I'm saying I think when they're trying to push that particular agenda, it's for a specific reason. What I mean by that is this, is that in the 2020 census, we learned that white folks are going to be the minority in this country by about 2031, or between 2031 and 2034. White people will be the minority. Well, let's take a look at this. We just overturned Roe v. Wade. People say, oh, wow, that's going to stop all them black girls from having abortions. Hold on now. There's statistically speaking, and from an aggregate number, there are many more white women that get abortions than there are black women. Why is this important? Because I learned in Sun Tzu, The Art of War, when I was in the Marine Corps, one of the most effective ways to destroy your enemy is to destroy their ability to replenish or replace or resupply themselves. So another word for replenish or replace or reply is to reproduce. So if you can stop black women from having kids with black men, there's a lot less black kids, right? So 2 black men cannot have a baby. They can't make a baby. 2 black women cannot make a baby. They can't. So if there's a lot more gay folks, there's a lot less black babies being born. Roe v. Wade guarantees there's going to be more white babies born. And of course, this gay agenda with all this, hey, gay, right? Oh, I shouldn't say that. I'm in Florida. We ain't supposed to say that word. But no, for real, I think it's a thing where they're trying to jam this down everybody's throat. I'm not against gay people. Do your thing if that's what you do, but you don't got to preach it and teach it and jam it down people's throat, because that's what I feel like. Every single show that I like has some gay subplot line. Just saying. Think about it.
Well, I just started watching a show on Netflix called October Faction. So I'm way deep in the zombie films.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm so deep into it, it's crazy. In fact, I have my own zombie show called Apocalypse Survival, where the Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation is facing the zombies. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now?
I'm not kidding you. I've written.
Black Sabbath is fighting zombies now?
Yeah.
Y'all didn't have enough problems with. I mean,
yeah,
with other folks.
Yeah. I don't know if the bros are going to let me use the name. If not, it's going to be the Black Seventh Nation. But we got it all down. Okay. And I'm so totally into this. So they come up with this one show called October Faction. And it is one hell of a great zombie show. And in the middle of the show, I'm just absolutely blown away at what you say. Is so many of the shows that I'm watching seem to go out of the way to push a subplot line that has a major black male character who can't be a superhero in the way that we're used to seeing superheroes. There's a part to it where he's got to be, gay.
Yeah.
And we never really, sex of a person was never really important necessarily in movies. in videos, but now it seems like the plot line goes out of the way to ensure that and I don't know. I found myself very uncomfortable looking at a great show, and I guess this will make us. People will be mad at us and call us gay bashers and all that, and I'm not that, but I am concerned. I have a grandson. I'm concerned that every of the normalization, because it comes to the point that being regular might be abnormal, and I say regular being what what I grew up with, and the terms you got to be careful with what terms, but hey, it seems that being a heterosexual black male and where Hollywood is concerned seems to be an issue. And Hollywood has never been fair to African Americans in any way. When you had a white Tarzan running through the jungle, and when I went to go live in Africa in 1981, when I got to Nigeria, one of the biggest complaints I heard, one of the biggest things Nigerians pulled me to the side and said, when you go back home, tell every one of them, motherfuckers, there's no fucking white man running around the jungle, and everybody's terrified of him, from the lions to the folks that live here. Now they made sure to tell me that in 1981. That was one of the most pissed off things they were mad about, is that there's some idea that there's some cat running through the jungle and everybody's terrified. All he got to do is yell and the animals fall down and the big old Ugandan warriors fall to the ground. They was upset about that. So
look, if you want to impress me,
never been good to us.
I'll tell you, if you want to impress me with a friggin' white guy running around in a loincloth kicking ass, put him in South St. Pete, put him in Compton, put him in Atlanta, If he goes to Atlanta, he's going to come back. If they send him to Atlanta, he's going to come back and his name is Twan, and he's going to know how to do braids, right? It's different. I'm just saying that it's some different stuff going on.
But
hold on. I'm getting nauseous here. All the gay talk, man. Hold on. Booty pirates. So let's redirect, man, because we got to redirect, man. You're making me dizzy right now, man. But check it out. I want to hit this one comment that I think it was two-time over there. Two-time.
That's my bro. That's my brother.
Right, two-time. He said something, man. I just want to go back and touch that. He said, "Rule of law, touch only what belongs to you." So that's bringing it back full circle, back to the discussion. So
okay, you want to get back to the discussion? You're trying to say?
Yeah,
okay.
I was getting a little dizzy, man. I was getting a little dizzy. All the gay talk, man. I was ready to put the Twan thing on the side. Be like, hey, man. No, I'm just saying, man. But the brother hit it on right there when he said, "Rule of law, touch only what belongs to you." So y'all need to take that into consideration when you in these code clubs. Think about that. And just because she's in your patch doesn't mean like that belongs to you.
Right.
But on the same note, on the
Mm-hmm.
same thing, man, like there's a problem, on the female topic, is that women sometimes like to challenge bros. You may put a bro in a position where you're trying to be an alpha in an old male situation, and you can't be a female alpha in a male alpha situation. So you have to kind of, position yourself so that you're neutral enough so that there's a mutual respect. Then that brother he'll know not to cross those lines. If you set that foundation coming in the door, and you stand fast on that tone that you have, then it should be no problem for y'all. So I don't see, like, people read energy sometimes. Some brothers will test you, but it doesn't take much to shut that down. Trust you me, as a man, when you say something slick and that woman lets you know from the jump that she doesn't give you that same response back, well, you know what it is, man. Like you said, like Bone said, if you still gonna push up, then you're a corny motherfucker to be in that situation like that.
Yep.
Okay, so that was that subject. What do you got? I can't believe they're doing this in motorcycle clubs these days.
Well, to me, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dragon. My bad.
Yeah, go ahead. What do you got?
To me, what's real depressing is the whole push of the Harley Davidson motorcycle. We got cats that can't even afford a Honda. And we making them feel like, like you'll never be part of this club or the culture until you get this Harley, man. And I'm tell you, going back in the days, I remember having a CB750K with a cassette deck on it, and going back before that, riding a Honda MB5, and I was just happy to be riding, man. And a couple of bros we would ride with sometime, and we would get out, we would pound the pavement. We didn't know what it was. We just out there doing what bikers do. And then as we progressed through the years and the sports bikes, like I started out on the whole cruiser thing, which is crazy as a youngin'. But then coming up and going through the sport bike phase, and then I remember being happy to have a Yamaha Roadstar, man. Tricked it out, had the gangster fender apes on it. You know what they say? It sounds just like a Harley. No, it doesn't. And I was that dude that said it sounds like a Harley because it was already implanted in me that I wasn't nothing until I had that Harley. And brothers, man, a lot of us, even though we was up on the Harley thing, it wasn't a big thing for us until like the last 10 to 15 years ago. Well, it really became pronounced in the MC culture, So, but now that we making our peers feel like, like you're not fully accepted until you're on that. So I want to talk about that.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, because that cut me deep. No, I'm just playing. No, but for real. So, how do they say that? What's that expression? Full disclosure. So my club, we ride only American, but we're a diamond club, and there's reasons for that. In fact, my brother, may he rest in peace, Highway, wrote a song, and part of one of the songs, he goes, he in the song, and I don't remember word for word. I'll pull it up in a second, but he actually detailed as to why it was that in my club we ride only American, because that was in homage to our original founders were military men, and they had fought in wars and all this kind of stuff. So in homage to them, we elected, or this was a long time ago, but they elected way back when to only ride American motorcycles. However, now that is a one percenter thing. Typically, one percenters ride only American motorcycles in the United States. If you're in the UK, the preferred bike over there is that doggone Triumph, because that's a British motorcycle, and I can go on and on with that. But here's the thing. I've always been very conscientious to make sure that the standards that I have in my organization, I don't impart that upon, support club members or people from other clubs that elect to do things differently. I have a friend of mine that's in a motorcycle club that they ride all Hayabusas. You cannot be in that club unless you are on a Hayabusa. Doesn't matter what year, it has to be a Hayabusa. So based on your standard, OG Weasel, you would not be good enough to be in that club. I'm just teasing. That's just how they get down. However, I say it like this. I'm like, 2 wheels, 1 wind, 1 soul. It's the same wind. It's the same road. It's the same, hey, it's not what you ride, it's if you ride. Now, how well you ride or how you get down, that's a different thing. Like I can recognize somebody's get down no matter what 2 wheels they're on, or sometimes 3 wheels they're on, but that's me. And, you have some cats in the MC, I'm talking not even diamonds. You got some guys in MCs and OMCs that want to look at people funny because they're not on a Harley. Well, I know very few folks. I know a lot of people. And on the set, I know very few people who their first bike was a Harley. Most cats are going to tell you my first bike was a Honda Nighthawk 550. I'm aging myself right now. But, that was my first motorcycle, and that was a cruiser. And then I went from there to, my sister Alita, her boyfriends used to come around, and a couple of them had motorcycles. I'm like, man, you ain't talking to my sister until I check out that motorcycle, and they had sport bikes. That's how I found out about sport bikes, from taking them from my sister's boyfriends and stuff. And then, started racing sport bikes and all like that, and so I went all through the whole thing. And guess what? The thing I figured out about this is that most motorcycles go from point A to point B, and they use gas, right? And everything else is a preference. Now, if your club dictates if they have a requirement, that's different, And there's things I love about my Harley. There's things I love about my Raider. There's things I love about my other Harley. There's things I love about, I got a lot of bikes, right? But there's something I love about all those different bikes. But like my bro told me back once upon a time, that Harley Davidson, and I'm speaking for myself on my level of it and everything like that. That's my business bike. I have 20 bikes. I don't have 20, but I got a lot of bikes, right? But That Harley, that's my business bike. The other Harley, that's my backup business bike. The Raider, it was Yamaha Raider with the 1900. Hey, that's my backup bike, you know. But also, if I feel like I want to go fast, but I want to cruise, that's what that's for. And I could go on and on with that. But the thing is, though, is that the type of bike that you ride should not dictate the level of respect that you receive on the set. If you're riding, you're riding. If you're not, you're not. Now, I can see if you show up walking because you don't have a bike, ain't never got a bike, ain't thinking about getting it, that's different. You know, if you show up to every bike night in your car and you got a bike, now I'm going to say, oh, well, you're not really a biker now, are you? Because you're on four wheels more than you are on two. You ever go to a bike night at somebody's event and you see more cars in the parking lot than you do bikes? That's a whole other, we could do a whole show on that one, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know, that's a whole other different subject. But the thing is, I'm with you though, OG. It's like, hey, if you're riding, you're riding.
Let me say one thing about that.
Hold on. Let me in here for a second.
What you got there?
Because I focused in on me. So sorry.
Hey.
He pushed the button.
I know, right?
I'm learning about the button.
My camera crew did that. What are you doing, man? So, I come from so where we come from in California, being a California club on the black set, at that time, there was never an issue, not even the dominant out there focused on kind of bike. Over there, you could have any bike you wanted. And so that's our culture. And we have carried that across the United States. So as we came east, a lot of clubs, especially diamond clubs, are like, what the hell are you guys doing? A club as old as you guys are, and you guys got guys on every kind of motorcycle, and that is the culture from which we came from in California. Just like most of the clubs out there had one-piece patches until very, very recently. And I need to do a whole show as to why that is. But a lot of people look like Black Sabbath's got that one-piece patch, blah, blah, that's a riding club patch. Not where we come from. And so for me, it was very simple. When I first wanted to get a hog because everybody else was getting one back in the 80s, you couldn't get a white Harley dealership to sell you a hog. I went through several situations where I would pull into the dealership and they would tell me, all these motorcycles are sold, every single one here, and why don't you go get another Suzuki like the one you're riding? And so I was turned hard against Harley for that reason. And, maybe that wasn't a Harley thing. Maybe that was the dealerships back then. But, all you got to do is tell me one time you don't want my money, and I'm fine with not paying you. So that's why when I went to the big cruiser, it was the Goldwing, because it was the best operating motorcycle. And I wasn't fixing to give them folks my money that didn't want it. It was racial. And I'm swimming with money. I'll be damned if I beg you to spend it. Now, as I started coming across the country and I'm bringing the Black Sabbath across the country, and I get here to the East Coast, and these brothers over here are riding hogs. And then I started noticing back west that they started getting on them too. Because I guess Harley discovered that we're good people. When we buy shit, we want the most, the best, and the baddest. So I was the national president of my motorcycle club, riding my Goldwing, and the fellas revolted because most of my brothers, especially here on the East Coast, all have hogs. So my brothers was like, we cannot ride behind you on a Goldwing. We can't. It's just not working. So that's when I went and I found, I found the Victory, and I got the Victory. It was an American-made motorcycle, V-twin, and it wasn't, the bros were happy with riding behind me on that. But at this point, a lot has changed, a thing like that. I don't care what motorcycle you have. You can ride next to me on a race bike. Black Sabbath always had everybody always had 3 or 4 bikes anyway. We always had we had a race bike, some kind of a cruiser, some kind of a toy. Most of the guys in the club have 4-wheelers and every damn thing else. But my guys now, mostly across the country, are starting to get to get hogs. I'll probably go Indian next. But that was my thing with Harley, is that it was it was a racist organization that wouldn't sell me a bike. At least those dealers that I was trying to deal with at that time. And the father of the Black Sabbath had the same situation. I've known many guys, so I can't be all Harley out. And I know some guys that put it on the back of their cut. They got this big Harley symbol. First of all, I can't advertise your motorcycle for free. I sell advertisement for a living. I can't advertise you for free. When I go to your car lot and I buy your car, one of the first things I take off is Joe Bird Toyota. I use a heat gun that comes off my car. I don't advertise anybody for free. I can't advertise that stuff on the back of my cut. The back of my cut is reserved for my motorcycle club. Nothing else. So I can't advertise I can't have my symbol in Harley. You're not paying me for that. You're not paying my club for that. And what you guys stood for was a whole bunch of bullshit that I just never got into. Am I saying I'll never have a Harley? Well, I might have a Harley. It would be bad. It would be a badass bike because people are going to give me hell. I've talked so much shit about them all these years.
Wait, my friend, wait, okay? Everybody talking about they got the Harley Davidson, right? Everybody got the Harley Davidson, but your Harley ride. So it doesn't make a difference if you got the Harley Davidson. If your Harley ride, I don't understand. Like that don't make no sense to me, right? So you're in the club, you got the bike, and what the hell you doing there? I don't get it, all right? So you got the Harley Davidson, you got the Honda, it's all the same thing. It doesn't make a difference. I don't understand what they doing. I just.
Hey, I'll tell you this, Dragon. So again, this kind of struck me a little something because I've heard. So on many an occasion, I've heard a lot of times, especially when I'm talking to like some of the original members, some of these guys that's been around for 40, 50, 60 years and this kind of thing. I've heard so many stories about, and to the point to where I know what they are. Back in the day, if you wanted a Harley, you had to either A, have your white friend go there and you give him the money. Your white friend goes there, buys it, and then if he was real cool, he'd just give it to you. Sometimes if depending on how close he was, maybe you had to give him $100 or something like that for doing it. Maybe not, but that's how you would if it came from the dealership. Now, otherwise, you had to buy a used Harley from someone who already had one, who was trying to either sell it or get another one, and you could buy it from him. But the dealerships would tell you that's a white man's bike; you can't have it. The first time that my very first, right hand, strike me down, my very first COC meeting, and this is years ago, I wasn't even on a Harley. I was on a XV 1100 Yamaha, and it looked like a Harley. I pulled up, and the dude said to me, I ain't never seen a black man on a white man's motorcycle. For the record, about 20 minutes later, this dude was spitting out his teeth. I had nothing to do with it. But the point is, though, is that that ideology, it died hard. It hung on there for a minute. But now I will say that, having said that, I got to tell you like this. In 2022, and for a whole lot of years, the folks at Harley Davidson, I deal with Burt's Barracuda Harley Davidson. They're in Clearwater, Florida. And when I tell you these folks treat me and my brothers like gold, like we feel like every time we go to the place, we're walking on the red carpet. I can't tell you the last time I spent a piece of money at that place because they show us big love. And it's a Harley Davidson dealership. My bike came from there, and a whole bunch of folks that I know, that's where that we deal with them. They did a Juneteenth celebration at Harley. And now in the United States, there's a very small number of black owners who own Harley Davidsons, like Miss Mary up there in Atlanta. I'm sure you know her. What's that? Twin Towers or what is it?
Yeah.
Twin Towers? Right. So like her.
It's not Twin Tower. I forget
what is it called? Something Towers.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it. Something Towers. But so Miss Mary, she's like a 80-year-old black woman who is fiery like you wouldn't believe. First time I went there, I'm going to, like a lot of Harleys, they got like, they're playing honky tonk music and whatever like that. And, they're doing what they do. I went there. I felt like I was at a family reunion. I'm hearing Frankie Beverly and Mays. They got a DJ, they're like cooking soul food. And a whole lot of black folks, a few white folks, and some Spanish folks. But I'm like, wow, this dealership looks like America. I was digging it. So I'm not saying that Harley's history is
Thunder
perfect.
Tower.
Thunder Tower. Thank you, Thunder Tower. But and yeah, so Miss Mary, hey, God love you, Miss Mary, if you watching. She's up there by you in Atlanta. But I say all that to say this is that the reason that a lot of folks embrace the Harley Davidson. Now, I'm sure there's some folks out there that say, hey, let me just do this like the white boys. But in regard to me and my folks, this is an American thing, so we embraced it based on the history of loving our country, even with its faults. You know what I mean? Because a lot of my elders in this club came from a military background. But I'll say this finally, Dragon. We know you hate Harley because you won't ride Harley because you're prejudiced against Harley Davidson because you're prejudiced.
Wait,
They're gonna continue to hate me off because of it.
That's not true.
I'm not even gonna let him. Don't do it, Dragon. Don't do it. I'm gonna deflect right now, man. But check this out. Like before Dragon retaliates, okay? I want to say this. When it comes to the Harley Davidson, I think that some of us are our own worst enemies when it comes to it. And I'm going to tell you why. Right? You're a dude. You've been riding sports bikes. And you grew up, and you finally figured you was too old for the sports bike because you had arthritis, so you had to get on the cruiser. You go from the cruiser, you get on, then you get that HD. You know what I'm saying? But now you get bike prejudice. Brothers who get their first HD get biker prejudice.
They do.
And they start to slowly alienate themselves from the old bros that have the metric.
Yeah, it's sad.
Oh wow!
But this is the progression, man. Come on, man. We all know it. And I think
he got off a Honda. What are you talking? He got Harley tattooed in his arm.
Yeah, man. Don't worry about that, right? I got mine right here somewhere. It's somewhere. So I have no choice but to keep one for life now. But it's crazy, man. Because like I said, we get prejudiced, man. And all of a sudden, when you make those phone calls to ride, you ain't calling your VTX bros no more. You calling a whole different whole different clique, and you don't want to put those people on the list. So it's like we do this to ourselves, and we forget the origin. Like you said, it's all the same win. So it's I don't get it, man. Like, and you the same brother, you just got a different bike, man. So if you corny like that, like you need to grow up. You need to really grow up and realize that the culture is about riding. And if you're not a diamond holder in OMC, I don't see the importance of a Harley in your life, in terms of something that you have to have. Now that culture, that's basically, we know what is associated with it. So it's a requirement. And I get that. That's history. That's the culture of the one in the OMC side. But a lot of cats is just getting these Harleys for the wrong reason, man.
Yeah.
And if you need validation that bad,
I agree with you 100%.
For the wrong reason, man. So if you need validation that bad, that's something to think about. You need to do
that goes back to the 3 Ps though.
Yeah, absolutely.
These cats want to have the look, like, all right, I'll tell you this one thing. This dude, we call him Blaxican. That's not his name. That's just what we call him behind his back, because it's a black dude who perms his hair a lot and keeps telling people that he's Mexican. But dude, he's darker than anything I wear, right? He's not Mexican. He doesn't speak Spanish, and the guy, he's from Cleveland or something like that. But anyway, neither here nor there. I ain't trying to beat him up too much. But long story short, so it's this dude, and he does this whole thing about I'm talking from head to toe. He tried to pro before a club, didn't make it. Tried to pro before another club, didn't make it. So he decided, since he's not the right fit for a motorcycle club, he went and bought him a Harley. And I mean, he tricked this thing out from front to back. I mean, he choloed this thing the hell out. He's talented when it comes to working on motorcycles, but man, he went overboard. I mean, like the thing in the back, like Ice Cube got in the video, that's on the back of his bike, and you name it, he's got it, right? And the thing about this dude is he went and got him a vest. And when I tell you he has about, I don't know, 7,492 patches on that vest.
That dude.
And got some tattoos and wears a bandana and he got about 16 rings, but only 10 fingers. And I think he's wearing some on his toes. But, I mean, he's like with all this stuff, and he's like trying hard to, he wants to look the look. And we were at over at Let's Ride had a event, a place in Pasco. We're at Let's Ride at their event, and some woman came up and she was like, "Oh, I know you," and she asked me to actually autograph the magazine because they got my picture in and everything. She goes, "Oh, hey, sign that." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And the girl turned to him because he was standing right next to me, and she goes, "Oh, who do you ride with?" He goes, "Oh, I ride with some of everybody." Da 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 da. She goes, "Well, what club are you with?" She goes, "Oh, wait a minute, hold on." She goes, "Oh," she goes, "I'm sorry." She goes, "I didn't realize you had bought those patches." She goes, I thought you were with a club, so it's okay." He goes, No. Well, see, this one right here is the one time I rode to Indiana, and this one right here is that one time, and then this one right here." She goes, "Yeah, okay, yeah, whatever." And she gave him the okay, whatever. And this dude was crushed because he tried so hard to have that look, but it not the same thing.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. And I'm not hating on the dude, but it's like, why would you do so much to just achieve a look? Man, just be you. Do your thing. You know what I mean? And I get it.
You pulled up on a Harley. That's a lot of people can't even do
Yeah.
that.
He pulled up on a Harley. He literally bought the Harley so that he could try to fit in better with the club. And I hate to beat up on the guy, but yeah, it was hilarious to me because, and so he had issues as to why it was that he couldn't make it in any of these clubs that he tried. But the thing is, though, is that, man, just do you. You don't got to do all of that. So, like, if you don't like Harleys, don't buy a Harley.
Right.
You know what I mean? If the club, and by the way, both of the clubs that he tried to join did not require him to have a Harley. He could have had whatever. He could have kept his old bike and been happy and saved himself a bunch of money just by keeping the great bike that he already had. So
some people will buy Harleys for that. They will buy Harleys because people will talk about you so hard, but I dare a Harley person to talk crazy to me. I've been out on the road too many times. I'll make you cry.
About you in just a minute.
I'll make you cry talking about me. You want to get in that discussion? I'll have you take your Harley over and put it behind the tree over there and be afraid to pull it out. Don't start.
I don't know. Look, I'll tell you what. You're not that far from me, so we're gonna have this.
Wow.
We're gonna have this.
A gas tank, right? A gas tank.
I
don't do that. Don't do that. You won't get no gas mileage like that. Don't do that. You will be sitting on the side of the road somewhere looking crazy.
I'm confident in my product and my mechanics and them cams I got in that bad boy.
Ooh.
I already got a whoop. Oh, I don't have any cams.
Yeah. So, well, no, but seriously, man. But on some real stuff, man, let me tell you something. Like yourself.
Big sales ass. Don't make me have to add names to the thing. But
no, but
you can have at him. Ain't gonna fight you on that.
Wow. Let's moving on forward.
Yeah, let me save it. Let me save it. No, but like yourself, Bone. But like yourself, Big Bone, man. My garage is deep, man. I got the chopper in there, and I got the multiple bikes, and I got the GL 1800 too. I ain't gonna lie. Like you said, Ronald Bell. I saw your comment, man. But you know what, man? Not for nothing. This is what I see, man. Like in myself. When I'm on the chopper, I feel a certain type of way. That's a certain ride, and I'm feeling a certain type of mentality. And it does the mentality is associated with every bike. Like when I get in the go, I hate to say it, when I get in the Gold Wing and I'm off the grid, I got to be up the grid on that bike. For some reason, I can't be around the set when I'm on the Gold Wing. I don't know why, man, but it's like, I guess it is what it is, man. But I'm moving on that. It's a mentality, man. So I kind of get some of these cats that when you get in that Harley, you kind of feel a little bit more grown up. And it's not, you know what it is? It's a feeling, man. It's just like you riding the Benz, like you got a Benz or a Toyota, you know that you're on a Benz, and it's a certain type of pride that comes with that. So with that in mind, I ain't gonna bash somebody for having the Harley and you working at Walmart. I understand.
But don't people treat you different when you pull up? Now, this is the thing I noticed.
Oh my God!
Pulled up on the Harley.
Yeah.
And I've had bikes for a long time. I swear, when I got my first Harley, my first real Harley, and I went to like Walmart or the first bike night. Oh my God, dude, you would have thought. I was feeling like Brad Pitt on the red carpet. Folks, they treat you different. You're on a Harley.
Something. My worst.
Am I lying? Tell me I'm lying. Y'all tell me I'm
My
lying.
worst day ever. I'm riding downtown San Diego back when I was still with the mother chapter. There was a brother named Dre, who at that time, I think he was with the Royal Aces, or maybe he had just maybe left the Royal Aces.
We never liked Dre though.
It might have been right before the Hog Riders, but him and a brother named was it Sarge or Gunny? I can't remember. Those two were like the first two brothers I knew to have. They might have been Fat Boys. I can't remember what they had. And I had my big full dress gold wing that was so hardcore that, I mean, it had everything: stereo systems, hydraulic lifts. The thing floated. You hit a button, it would fly. I mean, it had vibrating seats. It had a woman that came with it that would get out and massage your shoulders. I mean, it was bad.
That was the excess edition. Okay.
We were rolling down the street in downtown San Diego. We had gone to the Harley shop, which there was nothing in there for me. And we're rolling in these, and we were all three brothers, and these two white girls. Oh my God! And they were fine as hell. Are those Harleys? They ran up to the bikes and they looked at all three bikes, and I'm on the baddest bike, period. And Dre was like, "Yeah, baby, these are Harleys. Oh, we want to ride." And so I scooted up, like I'm thinking that one was gonna jump on my bike, and the two fine ass girls jumped on the Harleys, the raggedy ass, putt ass, spitting V-twin, hot between the leg, rumbling Harleys. And off they rode with the bad chicks. And there I was on the Goldwing, which was feeling rather silver at that time, maybe even copper.
There is a silver wing.
It felt like a copper wing. And I was like, wow, this is what having a Harley is? Because they wouldn't jump on my bike. And the guys putted up, and they had the women. And that hurt. That hurt. It still hurts.
Look, I'm getting ready to. I'm sending you.
It still hurts to this day.
Hey, look, I just sent you some photographs from my activities today. So I went. So this is just earlier today. I traveled a lot of miles. So of course, went to Tampa to take care of that, and then I shot over to St. Pete. They were having a thing called Fetish Con.
Fetish Con.
Fetish Con. Fetish Con.
Where'd you send it to me? I don't see it yet. Where'd you send it to me?
I sent it to your phone, but
it just
so the thing is, at my birthday party, there were some adult entertainers of the adult exotic entertainment video performers, or when I was coming up, we called them porn stars, but some of them were at my birthday party. And so some of these same individuals was at what you call it? That's the Asian adult entertainment performer Lucy Liu. What that is?
What's up with your phone, bro?
What? I just sent him.
No, I mean your sound was messing up for a minute.
How's that? Is that better? No,
you're better. Go on.
Okay. Anyway, long story short. But yeah, so long story short, shot over there for a sec. But bro, you would have thought, I'm talking, there was Ferraris and
they had her just running around in public looking like this. Holy Moses!
You heard the part where I said I was at FetishCon, right?
This is a fetish. Wow.
A little bit. But so my point is though, dude, I pulled up past like two Ferraris, a Lotus, and a Lamborghini, and two limos. Pulled right up to the front door on a Harley, and you would have thought that I pulled up on the friggin' space shuttle because everybody needed to get a look.
Yeah, they have the mystique. There's no, you can't say Harley ain't got the mystique. You can't say they don't have it. They do. They've managed to keep the mystique with them raggedy ass mofos. I don't know how. It's the only bike in the world you got to spend $1,000 on before you take it out of the shop brand new. Hold on, it doesn't have what I need on it. I just bought it. I need some pipes, need some handlebars. You would think they would make one with all that stuff. Oh, they do. That's the $70,000 one. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bit much. I mean, because you don't know the right folks.
Right.
We got a different thing going on.
One of the guys, moving on, said one thing he couldn't believe that they do in motorcycle clubs is give patches to people who don't ride. Anyone want to
say what now? Who does? Well, I've heard that a time or two, but not where I'm from.
Not in our club.
Yeah. I mean, and things like that. I mean, I hear things like that from a lot of from the 99 clubs and whatnot. So that's the thing that happens. But and you've heard me say before, real clubs, that's not a thing that happens in real clubs. Real clubs do real club shit. And like you heard me say earlier, when you go to somebody says, man, y'all got to come out, y'all got to come out, y'all got to come out. You go out there and you think you're at the wrong place because it looks like a car show, right? It's just, I can't wrap my brain around it. Like these guys who join, how can you join a motorcycle club without a motorcycle? Oh, hold on. Somebody just wrote in, OG Weasel, check your phone. I might have lied. Maybe they didn't say it. Maybe I said that. I don't know. I just feel like you need to check your phone.
Check your phone, OG Weasel. He's on his phone, so he can't check his phone then.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm at the phone booth right now, man. Stop playing.
Okay, right on. Oh, y'all remember phone booths? Yo,
a lot of people don't even know what the hell those were. Yeah.
Remember,
people go inside there and change into bikers. That's what they do.
So,
come on with the tattoos. Like, all right. Let me rub the tattoos on real quick and get figured it out.
Sorry. Shut up. The button don't want to turn off. But no, man. All right. What about MySpace? Y'all remember MySpace? So I'm going to censor myself here a little bit. So years ago, I had some issues in regard to this is God. I don't know, 15 years. Oh, wait, hold on. About 2007 or 2008, something like that. I had some legal issues that needed to be addressed, and the nice police was going to address them with me. So I was in court, and I thought everything was cool. And this was back before Facebook and all that stuff. But back then they had something called MySpace. Remember MySpace, y'all?
Oh,
all right. So MySpace, the way it worked is you could have your top friends. So like your top 10 or 15 or your bestest buddies. So like if somebody looked at your thing, they could see your top friends. So me and the club that I was in at the time, we thought it would be funny if we all put up our we thought it would be funny if all of us put up our mug shots, because most of us had multiple of those. So everybody's profile picture was a mug shot, right? And again, this is a long time ago. So I go into court with some big boy charges and everything. And I seen the prosecutor, and he opened up a folder and he started pulling out papers that was basically printed off the internet, me and my top friends and our mug shots. And I'm like, I almost passed the hell out in the courthouse. And my lawyer looked at me like this. He did one of these things. You take that shit down and immediately you get rid of it. I'm like, you keep me out of jail, I'm going to do it as soon as I leave. I'm like, and yeah, he did. He it worked out. I've been real funny ever since.
I keep telling y'all about. I do it almost every morning on my show. I keep telling y'all about them phones, about that social media. It's something else. But we had to learn. We had to learn the hard way.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I'm better now.
So we've been at this an hour and 22 minutes. So it's probably time, or actually an hour and 14 minutes. So it's probably time that we've only really come up with like 3 or 4 things. I thought we'd have 50 things at this point, but it's been fun.
You can talk about this a lifetime, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
y'all
know?
drink too much too, because I think that's part of the problem. Because if y'all would slow it down a little bit, you'd be able to get to the point.
Here's one. I can't believe they actually hit people in motorcycle. A guy was telling me that he was getting ready to have to get a black eye because he did something wrong. Is that what they do on y'all side of the fence? Beat y'all's ass? Wow.
Hey.
Yeah.
Nah, come on now. Come on now.
You say that for part
Oh,
two,
you know
man.
me, man. Come on now.
Say that for part two.
Yeah. Hey, I'll share this with you. I will share this part with you. While I can tell you with a great amount of confidence, OG Weasel said a little bit earlier, before the patch, before, during, after patch, you're supposed to be a man. If you're a man, that's supposed to preface everything else, right? So where I come from, and in my side of the fence, and my brothers, we're men first. You ain't just gonna come up to some man, I don't care who you are, and just feel like you just gonna, put them paws on him. It don't work that way. Because this is one of those, I'm gonna use it improperly, MC as a man's club, because every swinging is a grown ass man. And there's a certain type of man who makes it to this side of the fence. And he ain't the type of man who's going to let anybody just go and start smacking around. However, I do know of a certain club that I will tell you that I was shocked not that long ago, about 3 years ago, when I found out that was a thing. I was shocked because now we're very melanated, so we think a little differently. But I was shocked to find out that goes on their side of the fence. Furthermore, this organization, when I heard that they had to make some rules about how they, all right, fuck it, let me say it like they had to make a rule about don't beat up on support clubs and 99 clubs because we're running to the ops. Quit doing that so much. Because it was going on that much so frequently that they had to say, hey, guys, stop it. Stop beating up our own folks. You're running them off. I was shocked at that shit because, again, on our side of the fence, that's not. And look, don't get me wrong. If somebody gets wrong, I'm not saying my brothers, but somebody out in the world gets wrong, is what it is. But in general, though, me and mine, oh no. It's like that's why we got more damn rules in the freaking Constitution, because there's they say war is politics, or as you were, war is politics by other means, which means that, man, if we can't talk about it no more, then we might have to fight about it.
Right.
But amongst me and my brothers, we'll talk about it till the damn cows come home, even if other folks got to get involved. Now, I don't want to get all into that, but I'm just saying that you love your brother, don't mean you don't disagree. But I'm not trying to send my brother to a funeral that I got to pay for. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Right.
We don't get down like that.
Well, yeah, and on our side of the fence, it's not something that happens a whole lot that I can ever think of, especially as a form of punishment. But I was blown away to find out that is something that does happen in some clubs. You do something wrong, and you can expect a eye dotting. I just thought, wow, that's crazy. I don't know that the African American psyche can handle that. just saying. But anyway, I guess, did we lose OG Weasel for a second? There
Still
he
here,
is.
bro. I was just sitting here reading the Watchtower. Sorry, my bad.
Are you nervous? Are you scared? You gonna
Nah,
have
we
bad
good,
feelings?
we good, man. We good.
The cover of those
I
things
didn't
is
want to do anything
terrifying.
wrong that would have you to go get the Watchtower out. That is
Hey, misunderstood. Love and respect, brother. So misunderstood down under.
See, I can say that because I am one, so we good, man. So I can joke around with it. So
the cover of the Watchtower used to terrify me when I was 7 years old.
come on, man. The covers on the Watchtower magazine. What do they call those things?
What?
Bible tracks. They're called Bible tracks. That's what they're called. And the covers on those things were always just like crazy. I'm looking to see if I can find some Watchtower.
Oh man, open up a can of worms.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
They
They used to have, no kidding, they used to have a little comic book thing like that they give out to the kids. And it would all start off with like something like way normal, but at the end of it, pretty much you're dead. Everybody's dead, and the devil was like poking your eyes out. It always started like, hey Timmy, what are you doing today? Oh, I'm going to go to school, and I don't know. Johnny said we should smoke some weed together. Oh, really? Well, have you talked to Johnny lately? And then you see Johnny, and then like 4 pages later, Johnny's turned into a monster who is in fact the devil who's poking your eyes out. Oh man, you couldn't catch a break.
Here you go.
And there you go.
Here's a Watchtower cover right here.
Look, I'm not even saying they're wrong.
When will
I'm
it
not saying
stop?
they're wrong. I'm just saying they're scary.
Oh
I
my
ain't saying they're wrong.
I used to, man.
Just
those things
scary.
used to- I
I'm
was so
done, man. I'm done. I'm going to join a social club, man. I'll be right back. I'm going to join a social club, man.
Oh. These guys had the covers, man. They, you know what? These guys had the covers, man.
Yo, they're gonna get you.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Venus, Serena, and all of the Jacksons were all down with the Watchtower, so they got something figured out.
And the DeBarges too, weren't they?
No, they were just fine. I think they were just fine. The girls, anyway.
Yeah, they had some.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
For yourself.
Them Polynesian girls with the crush on you ones, they were too.
Well, I'm not hating on the Watchtowers.
I'm not. I'm just scared.
You read those. You actually.
Oh, man.
Whoa! What's getting ready to happen? Let me read this.
Yeah. It would capture your attention. You wouldn't sleep for a week, but you dig it.
Oh
So,
man.
It is so bad in my club. If I ride a Harley, it's news in my club. Here we go, right here. I got on the Harley to do the slow run. Everybody screaming, "Dragons on a Harley!"
They showing out, guys. Black Diamond showing out. Driving on the Harley.
On a Harley.
Driving on the Harley.
Doing a slow race.
Yeah, I had to beat those kids.
Got driving on the Harley.
So you had to get on a Harley to beat them, correct?
I had driven my car to the clubhouse like a fool. There was nothing but a Harley. Oh, come on now.
That's what happened. Sure.
Dragons on a Harley. When I listen to that, it cracks me up.
To win a slow race, you had to get on a Harley. I don't even know. I'm confused.
What?
I'm just saying.
What? I can ride any bike and beat all of y'all while I'm doing it. Don't play with me out here.
You're just in Atlanta. I'm just saying it's not that far.
It's 7 hours from you, my friend.
Hey, OG, I forgot I am.
7 whole hours.
Florida's a messed up state. And man, you know how long it takes to get through the state of Florida from end to end? It's like, dude, pack a lunch. For real. It's ridiculous.
I lived there for a while, man. It's disrespectful.
Yeah, it is, man.
My God. I was just down there this weekend.
Weasel, you got to come somewhere to this part of the world so that me and Dragon can ultimately settle this issue. Because I'm gonna get on Anubis. That's my Harley. See, by the way, does your bike even have a name?
Mako. Her name is Mako.
Mako? Okay. All right. Well, all right.
Wait. I like that, but check it out. I got you beat, man. So I picked up another Road Glide, right?
Right on.
It's murdered out. I didn't even plan on getting a murdered bike, right? It wasn't even in the plan. But check the name. I had to call it Black Jesus.
Ooh.
All right. So I'm just saying, man. It's a new day, man. It's a new day. I had to go there.
That part.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right.
That's a great name. That's a great
I
name.
had to say it, man. Had to say
Gio
it.
the Gray said Mako because she needs a new name. No, it's Mako the Shark, Gio the Gray.
Okay.
Why do they do this? Why do they do this to me?
So I'll say it real quick. So if you are a legit biker, your bike has a name. If your bike don't have a name, you need to rethink your life. Just saying.
Yeah.
So am I lying, fellas? Am I saying it?
Absolutely.
So I got Big Blue, the Yamaha Raider. That's Big Blue, aka Marine One, depending on where I'm going and what I'm doing. And the Road Glide, that's Anubis, and the Switchback is Amput, and the doggone the Ninja is Supergirl. There's a whole story behind that. We ain't gonna go into it. And then the doggone what you call it? The Slingshot does not have a name.
It's not a motorcycle. Yeah.
Well, the state of Florida defines it as a auto cycle is how they call it. Which has me very confused. But it's cool. They treat it like a motorcycle because in Florida you don't have to have insurance on a motorcycle that you own.
Oh,
yeah, that's some Florida stuff. That's some Florida stuff.
Nice. Yeah.
So
you're not going to tear up nothing but yourself anyway. So yeah.
Right. So the matter of fact, hey, anybody got some names they want to suggest for the Slingshot? Check me out. I would love some suggestions. So holler at me. Let me know. I'm stuck.
I would call it 1 foot.
No, that's a horrible name. It's got 3 wheels on it.
For 1 foot in the grave when you get those 3-wheelers and stuff.
Look, Backbone drove that thing. We went to Austin, Texas to pick that thing up in like January or something like that. It was like 2 degrees outside. It was like a whole long story. Anyway, Backbones drove it back from freaking Austin, Texas, all the way back here to Florida, and it was ridiculously cold, which is why I made her drive it. But anyway, long story short, though, still no name. This thing needs a name. That's a show right there. We need to talk about that.
Yeah.
How come the Slingshot?
So if you have a prospect that says something wrong, he's not going to get punched in the face. Hell no.
Oh, wait a minute. We didn't say nothing about prospects.
Not in my club. We don't punch prospects.
Nah.
Yeah.
You don't punch a prospect. How you gonna punch a dude in the face and then a year later you trying to, hey, what's up, brother?
Yeah.
He'll never forget you. I tell you that.
Yeah, exactly. Come on now.
It's a sad day.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it happens in some clubs. I'm not hating on it. If that's what you do.
It does.
It does.
So listen, check it out. Right? So what you're going to do, you're going to take this show and cut it up in 3 pieces. That's 3 different shows we just did right here. We just did 3 shows, man. Hey, then you scared me with the Watchtower, man. Come on, man. I'm having flashbacks now.
I mean, it's not a competition or nothing, but my whole show was like 25 minutes. I'm just saying.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I can't see how you can do a show in 25 minutes, but I was
by myself and y'all wouldn't help me.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Bad day.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
I was on standby like a tampon, man. Don't worry about it. I had your back.
Hey, did the thing go through or whatever?
No, I didn't get it, bro.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing, so don't worry about it.
No. Oh man. You're doing the bullshit.
Not a Watchtower cover. For my listening audience, we've been showing Watchtower covers. If you guys are familiar with the Jehovah's Witness Bible tracks, just go look up Watchtower covers, man. You here we got a woman clutching her purse. What can be done
on the other side of the page?
But wait, what you didn't notice, right? See, I don't know if you didn't notice, man, the publication date. See, I was raised up under this, man. And you see the publication date, man, I just noticed the little things, man. I'm just saying that goes back a couple
It's probably
years.
like
April 22, 1973.
Yeah, right. But give us some credit, man.
I did say when I was a kid, so I had to qualify it.
I'm sure it's different now, but once upon a time. But see, TV and media was like that.
Yeah.
Like it was shock and awe. Everything was shock and awe. Now, the only thing that hasn't changed from the media is that if it bleeds, it leads. Like if somebody got blown up, stabbed, killed, head chopped off, or something like that, that's the first thing you're going to hear about on the news. And back in the day, back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, that was the ideology. Everything had to be shocking, and religious materials and so forth were no different. They had to grab your attention because, again, there was no Facebook and Instagram and all this jazz, So they had to get the biggest bang for the buck. And I think the Watchtower did it better than anybody because Right Hand of Jesus, I read so many of those things. I ain't sleep for a week, but I read them. I was digging it.
Wait, Bone. You see Black Dragon, man? You know you're up to something. Look at him. Look at him.
He's up to something.
Yeah, I know what you up to, bro. Yo, he up to no good.
I just cracking up on these Watchtower covers, man. They are crazy. And you can tell in one of the 70s, they didn't have any black people. You guys didn't have any black people in Jehovah's Witness in the 70s?
They did. They just weren't allowed to talk about it.
Oh, well, no, wait. I found one. Oh, holy, look at that.
Frost, Frost, hit me up. Yeah, I'll get you that pick.
Oh, yeah. That pick is okay. So we got one brother right there. Okay. I'm pleased.
Wait, what's the date? What's the date on it?
This is the 70s. This is 2009. Wow.
Okay. So wait a minute. They waited until 2009. Till 2009.
Oh my goodness.
That was like 20 minutes ago.
15, 20 minutes ago, yeah. Well, we've come a long way.
Yeah.
Now if it's in Hollywood, it'll be a gay guy on it there. So it'll be a gay black guy. So
yeah, that's what we do now.
Yeah.
But we're not going to talk about that.
No, we talked about that earlier. That was,
and again, I told you we can't say that in Florida.
Second show, yeah.
Okay,
now here are the modern watchtowers. These are just as scary though. But this is the modern watchtower instead of this is Apocalypse Now. That's an interesting one. Okay, let me see if we can. This is
they might be right about that.
Yeah. Well, shoot, man. All these takeovers. Did you see the guys protesting in front of the what was it?
State Capitol on January the 6th?
The FBI place today.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
And fellas, look, stay ready so you don't got to get ready. I'm just saying. Because these fools.
Here's a modern day watchtower. Like it kind of is the same, right? Like,
no, man, we started something back.
You got the smoking.
I'm done, man. I'm done.
It hasn't, like, the story hasn't changed. They just added some black people. The story's still the same. Some poor guy got his family all
I'm done, Bone. I'm done.
Crawling out of the city. Everything's all exploded around him. Holy moly, man.
Hey, is that St. Pete? I can't tell.
Yes, the pier right there. That's the pier.
Right, that's the pier.
Oh my God! They're looking back at the modern Sodom and Gomorrah being destroyed and ravaged. It's crazy. Hey, they'll make you read the Bible, man. If you ain't read the Bible before.
Now, look, you missed this, and when I did the Big Boneyard earlier, but I actually read an article that was I wrote this article about a year and a half ago. And I actually made reference at the last sentence. Matter of fact, hold on. The last sentence of the last whatever it said. I'm going to read the last paragraph just so you know, because it relates. It said, so what the moral to this story? So what is the moral to the story? My brother Wise said it best. In every circumstance, you will be an ambassador or an embarrassment. The one you choose is your choice. If you are feeling concerned or cautious about the Rona, we were talking about Corona, then you are intelligent because this Rona is no joke. But just know that we're going to make it through this. However, if you think that the future is looking like something out of a Mad Max movie because you think the end of the world is near, just remember, in every one of those movies, the only people running shit are bikers.
All right. Ooh-wee.
That's a good note to end on. I think that's
Every one of those movies.
Great note to end on. Listen, guys, as always, I'd just like to thank you all for tuning in and hanging out with us. And I'll see you guys back next week where we'll do this again. You guys make sure to watch Big Bone Show. Comes on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And we come on at 8 p.m. And go check his show out. It's really he's done some articles lately and some really good stuff, man. I'm really, really pleased to be associated with you. And I just want to thank you for everything. And hey, OG, man, it's great to have you as always, man. Thank you so much, man. I love you guys. Have a great night.
All right.
See you guys next week.
Peace.
Okay, folks. And for me, I'm out of here. Listen, I want to tell you that I'm working on my next book, The Social Club Bible, which should be out in about a month or so. Working feverishly on the Social Club Bible. If you're in a social club and you want something covered in the Social Club Bible, or you know someone that has some information that I should put in the book, the Social Club Bible, please have them contact me at blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com. blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com. There are 2 B's in Sabbath. blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com. Listen, we've appreciated having you guys tonight. You can, if you want to help Big Bone Show out, his Cash App is $Bone OFFO. $Bone OFFO on Cash App. Send him a little something or two. Hit the like, share, and subscribe button, people. We appreciate it if you do that. It takes a minute of your time, but if you hit the like, share, and subscribe, if you share this, then it'll be shown to more people. The algorithm sees that it's being shared and it goes, oh, more people should see this. So really appreciate that. You can get me, Black Dragon Biker TV, on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, and here on YouTube, which is my home channel. Big Bone's new podcast, The Big Boneyard, is available on YouTube, The Big Boneyard. Go over there and friend that channel and like it and subscribe. My books, Prospects Bible, Sergeant at Arms Bible, President's Bible, Public Relations Officer's Bible, and Prospects Bible for Women's Motorcycle Clubs are available on Amazon, Kindle, or you can order your autographed copy on blackdragonsgear.com. And of course, we are now on Audible. The first book I've ever done as an audiobook is now on Audible. And if you go to the description and the link below and get it from there, I actually get a little bit more money if you do it that way. Join our daily podcast, The Dragon's Lair, Motorcycle Chaos, wherever you get podcasts, such as Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all those places you can get The Dragon's Lair, Motorcycle Chaos. We'd love to have you on there. Please join us on Discord. Our link to Discord is in the description box below. Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com. If you want to hit Big Bone up, it's bone.outcast@gmail.com. And if you want to check Bone out on Instagram, it's at BigBoneOFFO on Instagram. So that's all the stuff I wanted to get out to you guys. If you want to call me in the studio, you can hit me at 404-692-0336, 404-692-0336. As always, man, just nothing but love, honor, peace, and respect. I'm Black Dragon. I'll see you in the morning for Black Dragon Biker News Network, Biker News you can trust. Have a great night, everybody. Yeah. And get skinny and make sure to get the book. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospects Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
You are fake news.
Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust.
Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can trust.